lot of Republicans are singing the same tune today. The world is a better place without Muammar Gadhafy. That wasn't the case back in the spring. Here's what some of the Republican candidates said then about the president's decision to intervene.
It would be foolish, it would have a downside, and we should think very, very carefully before we go expanding the wars that we're already involved in.
I would not have intervened. I think there were a lot of other ways to affect Gadhafy.
There's no question, but that his inability to have a clear and convincing foreign policy made him delegate to the United Nations and the Arab League a decision about our involvement there.
Jonathan Martin is senior political reporter for Politico, and Crystal is an MSNBC contributor and managing editor of postpolitics.com. So nobody believes this race, Jonathan Martin, is going to be decided by foreign policy, but the president feels as if they have a story to tell that's pretty good on answering the issues about leadership. And the Republicans do seem to be all over the map on what their concept is of a foreign policy.
Well, the Republicans are congenitally unable to give this president credit on any issue, whether it's foreign policy or domestic policy. But that's not uncommon in a presidential race. We saw in 2004 when Joe Lieberman tried to sort of say that on foreign policy he was more simpatico with the president, but domestic policy he had his differences. It's just tough to do that in the modern era. So that is the way that it goes. But there's no question in a general election context that this president has taken off some issues from the table that the Republicans have used in recent years against Democrats, i.e. they are weak on national security. That's a tougher case to make now, given what's happened in recent months with this president.
And used against, and John McCain used against. I mean, that was the key line of attack.
This morning,
John Kerry, George W. Bush.
Right. This morning on the Today Show, that was pointed out to Senator McCain by our good friend there, Ms. Guthrie, and McCain.
I don't know. She used to be on a popular morning show.
Yeah, I know. Now she's out. I don't know where she is. And then McCain's answer was, but he's pulling troops too fast from Iraq, and he didn't like the Afghanistan, which, by the way, that wouldn't be popular in this Republican primary right now.
Here's what's hard, and Jonathan's got it right. The nuanced argument of, okay, Muammar Gadhafi said, or okay, Osama bin Laden's dead, but...
Okay, Alak was
dead. Every voter stops after the Muammar Gadhafi is dead part. Yeah. Yes, and you have talked about this on your show, Chuck. Yes, Libya is a complicated place. Yeah. Yes, there's a lot of work still to be done there. But for the average person, Muammar Gadhafi being dead is a victory in foreign policy. It's a bolstering of Obama's leadership. So making that argument, I think what they should do is say, congratulations to the president. This is a victory for America. Now about that economy. I think that's your best bet.
Speaking of the economy, so Joe Biden has become the attack dog, it seems, Jonathan Martin. Here's what he's been saying. He's used some tough language in trying to draw a bright line with Republicans on these pieces of the jobs bill.
There's nothing temporary about your house burning to ground because your fire department has been denuded and they can't get a truck to you in time. I don't know where these guys live. Seriously. I mean, I don't know where they live because it's not in the neighborhoods I grew up in or any of us grew up in.
This stuff is making Republicans nuts, and he's gotten under their skin. It's driving them crazy. Is it effective, or is he walking the line here of being too hot?
Joe Biden's always walking the line, Chuck. That's why he's Joe Biden.
He's Joe Biden.
It is kind of true.
But look, Joe Biden's doing jobs President Obama can't do, right? I mean,
that's what your vice president does.
Well, and this vice president for this president, this is somebody who grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, who is a populist Democrat at his core, who loves nothing better than standing in front of an audience of labor Democrats and making the
firefighters and cops.
Yeah, right. And sort of making the old school lunch pail Democrat case for firefighters and cops for a president who that's just not his strength. So that's what
I got to play this clip, and then I want you to weigh in. And this is the confrontation that Biden had with a conservative reporter that he wasn't very happy about.
Do you regret using a rape reference to describe Republican opposition to the president's bill?
No. What I said, let's get it straight, guys. Don't screw around with me. Let's get it straight.
You didn't use a rape reference?
No, listen to me.
I'm listening.
I said rape was up 3 times in Flint. They're the numbers. Go look at the numbers. Murder's up, rape is up, and burglar's up. That's exactly what I said.
And if the Republicans don't pass this bill, then rape will continue to rise.
Murder will continue to rise. Rape will continue to rise. All crimes will continue to rise.
Well, that is a popular video among both liberals and conservatives.
Yes,
today.
it's a win-win.
It is for this polarization climate that we live in.
To Jonathan's point, look, if you're a Democrat, you love that clip. Joe Biden giving it to conservatives. And what you want out of Barack Obama is a little bit of fight. I think Jonathan's point is the important one. Right. Barack Obama is many things politically. He's incredibly gifted politically. One thing he's not is a good populist.
He's not comfortable doing it.
He's not empathetic. He's not comfortable doing it. And you're exactly right, Chuck. And he isn't good at faking it. Whereas a lot of politicians know they're not great at it, but they can fake it. He cannot fake it.
I'm running out of time, but very quickly,
yes.
Mitt Romney, Iowa. How serious is he?
I think he's still testing the waters out there, but look.
That's what it felt like. Testing the waters is a great
There
way
is a center-right business crowd out there that can get you.
They're desperate for him to do
30%.
They can get you at least 30% in a primary. That vote is there. I don't see where else they're going to go. And if there's no Huckabee candidate coalescing the cultural right, then he's got an opportunity. But they're so gun-shy of what happened.
Why do I keep hearing in Star Wars? It's a trap.
Exactly.
It's a trap.
You said it before. The 2008 example, he dumps $10 million in there. He loses to a guy who basically has no organization. I think they're worried. But, Chuck, it's risk-reward. If Mitt Romney wins Iowa, he wins New Hampshire.
Who is Admiral Akbar, though, in the Romney campaign? Who is he?
Win in January, and then we can go on vacation. I say play in Iowa.
All right.